Scream 2, in my opinion, is a little bit better than the sequel. Even though this film here has its flaws, it's still a good horror film. This film takes place 2 years later after the events of the first movie. Sydney is now in college. She has a new boyfriend, new friends, and she's generally trying to put her past behind her. But when two people end up being murdered at a movie theater by a copycat killer, then her worst nightmare comes back to reality for her. I have to say, Wes Craven did again. He made a generally good sequel. He brought in some good talent here, and he generally improved upon the story. This is definitely a horror film that you should really remember for a long time. Well, one question: why the hell had they kill off Jada Pinkett Smith again in this movie? She was like one of the best actresses at the time, and I think she could help improve this film somewhat. And what about Sydney? She's been through a lot, has she? Not only did she have to deal with two killers at the end of the first film, but one of them was her boyfriend. That's crazy right there. If you've never seen this movie, I suggest check it out if you get the time, because it's definitely worth the effort. Everyone did a good job in this film. From the returning actors of David Arquette, Courtney Cox, and Neve Campbell, to even the beginning of the film, Jada Pinkett Smith and Jamie Kennedy. If I have an issue with this movie, it's that it doesn't take enough risks. All of the main three characters in the first film survive at the end of this one, and I have an issue with that. The issue is that they don't put enough risks in. When I watch films like these, I expect a big character death because it'll impact the story even more compared to if they survive. It's just not enough risk here, and for that, this film kind of fails at that. Now, there's some good character development, but when you don't put enough risk in your film suffers for it. This is still just as good as the first film, I have to say. But story-wise, they could have went in a completely different direction, but it worked out at the end of the day. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this film an 8. Somewhat of an improvement over the original, but the real main focus is the acting. Everyone did a good job here. The twist at the end, a lot of people didn't see that happening when they first saw this movie back in '97. And generally, this film is kind of funny in certain areas, but this is just a horror film. And I think fans of horror movies will enjoy this one for future generations, that is. And this is definitely an iconic franchise. Even though it kind of fell on the wayside towards the latter part, the first two movies are pretty well done, especially this one right here. Check this movie out because it's certainly worth your time. I don't know what else to say about this film, but it generally brought the horror genre back, this franchise, especially this film. And that's my review of Scream 2. Okay, leave your comment section below. Let me know what you think about this film. Do you think this movie is better than the original? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What are your opinions about how this film could have been? What you have done to improve it? To me, there's a few flaws in this film that keeps it from being better, but it's not a bad movie here. It's just missed opportunities. I always say that in horror films you gotta take risks, and this movie doesn't take a lot of risks here. But it's still a good horror film. Up next is my review of Scream 3, and I think that's like the weakest of the 4 Scream films. That's my review coming up next. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying, peace out.